Hi, and welcome back to Inspired Method Marketing YouTube channel. We are your Edmonton business coaches, Karen and Trevor. And today we're going to talk about the #1 template to make phone scripts.
All right.
Gonna make this fun. So yeah, you need these for your business. Every business needs it. We all need to be picking up that phone. Jill Conrath says you have to drop your sales mentality and start working with your prospects as if they've already hired you.
Woo!
That's actually very important. Like you already expect the outcome that you want. You already see it, feel it, and that's how you communicate.
Yes.
That's where the tone is.
Exactly.
So appearing in mobile search ad results can boost brand awareness by 46%. That's a good stat.
That's huge.
Letting go of control can be a difficult thing for a business owner to do, but it is necessary if they ever want to scale their business. Unless you want to stay in business for yourself and have a job, you're going to have to learn to let some things go to be able to scale it.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. There's absolutely no other way to do it but to encourage and employ other people to do the jobs and tasks that will allow you to scale.
That's true. Is the inbound call template the most important template?
Yeah, it's really important to have that thing nailed down so that when people are calling in, you can kind of control that conversation and get them to commit to an in-person meeting.
Yes, you always want to take your ideal client, prospect, where you want them to go. So that could if you're coming from social media, it's the same thing. You want to take them off of the social media and take them where you want, whether it's to your website, get them in person. That's the goal always.
Yeah.
So do most people call in asking for the price?
Yes.
They sure do.
That's the #1 question everyone asks. You know, you could have someone who's interested in your product, could be your ideal and likely buyer, and they call, what's the price? Can I get the price? What's the price? And, you know, you have to have a way to answer that question, right? And if you don't have it scripted, then whoever is answering the phone, whether it's you or somebody else, it's going to be all over the map and your results are going to be hit or miss. So you want to have a way to professionally handle that question, yet not really give them the price, because sometimes in certain instances you can't give them an accurate price, right? Especially if you're dealing with something like legal or accounting or even some construction projects. It's just not feasible to give them that price. So you have to have a way to handle that in a respectful manner and then steer them back to, we need to meet. We should talk. Okay?
So thinking of that, is it important to have strategies to communicate value instead of just the price?
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. You need to be able to share the value that you're bringing to the table so that when you're wanting them to get that appointment in your office or in person or go out and provide that quote, you need to be able to communicate, why they should do that. Because if you are only bidding on price or only wanting to win on price, then you're going to lose every time, because there's always somebody who will do it cheaper, and you want to be able to provide value for people that goes beyond just how much it costs.
How important are the template questions that you ask on an inbound call?
How important are they? Well, they're very important, because you want to be able to find out if this person is your ideal buyer, and you want to be prepared for that upcoming meeting, right? Yes. You want to understand a little bit more about their business, who they are, or what their needs are. So having a proper list of questions or a template that you can fill in the information on is only going to help you, and then you can put those people into your CRM or a spreadsheet, and then you can contact them again at a later date if you need to, right?
That's right. Get all the info that you can. Should you start by getting contact information and asking where they heard about you? #1
thing to do. Hi, who am I speaking to? How did you hear about us? Great. You know, what's your phone number? Just in case we get disconnected, what's the best number I can call you back on? What's your email address?
What's your best email address?
Yeah, what's your best email address? So I can send you some information when we're done the call. You know, get that information from them so that you, number one, honestly, so if you do get disconnected, that you can call them back. Yeah. Number two, that you can connect with them in more than one way.
Yeah.
Right? So always have that.
So do these questions prepare you for the initial meeting?
Yes. 100% they are going to prepare you for that first call. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, you have whatever information you can collect from them. You don't want to take too long, but you collect information from them, then you can be more prepared and asking the right questions and kind of having a game plan when you meet with them face to face.
Yeah, good. Do these questions demonstrate how you add value to the caller?
You know, when you're speaking with another person, I know speaking as an Edmonton business coach, when I'm talking to another person and they're asking me questions and I'm having to share a little bit about myself with them, it tells me that they're interested in me. If you meet with somebody and all they're doing is talking and talking about how great they are and how good they are and you know, not really allowing me time to speak, then I don't feel as valued. So it does demonstrate, especially the style or the type of question that you're asking, that you know, people understand that, oh, they're asking me about, you know, good questions about my business, or they're asking me good questions about me, you know, personally, so that they can serve me better. Then it just ups your estimation in their eyes. So it's very good.
It becomes a relationship, right? Part of the relationship. So is there a balance between adding value and taking too long on the call?
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you get on a phone call and, you know, it just goes that little bit too long, and that can get into a problem where you're wasting their time, and that's going to upset them. And they may not come to that meeting. So you want to make sure that you're using, you know, a few key questions in there, a few answers that you get from them, but you don't want to take forever on the phone, because, you know, especially in the case of us, we're dealing with business owners, they got other things to do than talk with me on the phone. So that is a good place to balance that.
What is the one line to get the caller back on your track?
Well, the one move that you can make to get them back on track is, so let's say they ask me the price. Hey, what is the price? You can say, we got great prices, some of the best in the industry, but let me ask you. And then you ask a question. So if you always end that thing with like, yeah, I'm going to provide you that answer, but first let me ask you this. What is your email address? How do you properly spell your name? Right? Yeah. So if you just use that little trick and just ask them a question, say, oh yeah, 100%, I'll get you all that information, but let me ask you this. And then continue from there. That is a move that works. And, you know, really most of those things are just stalls anyway. They're not really questions they're asking or objections. Yeah. It's just a way to try and get you off balance.
They haven't seen the value yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Why should you practice the inbound call script?
Well, just as with anything, if you don't practice, you're not going to get better. You don't practice with another person, you're not going to get better at that call script. So then when, it's better to screw up when you're practicing than when you're with a client. Yeah. So you can screw up, you know, easily 100 times, you and I going over a phone call script. Then when when it really matters in front of a client, you don't want to screw that up and lose the opportunity.
Yeah. Why does smiling make a difference when you're on a call?
Well, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Right?
Another quote.
People can tell when you are smiling when they're talking. A lot of people, you can tell when someone is, their facial expression, their tone, everything changes when they smile. when they're talking. If they're, grumpy like this and they're talking, hi, what's your name? What's your email address? What's your phone number? And we've all had those calls, right? Calling into a customer service desk somewhere. And, someone on the other side is just like they ate a bag of lemons before they got on the phone with you. And they're just grouchy. You can tell. And then when someone is chipper and full of energy and they're smiling and saying, you can tell. You can just tell. And you can sense that, and it makes you feel better.
True. Great. Well, thanks so much for all those great answers. Get that script made and start practicing that script as soon as possible with another person. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube, your Edmonton Business Coaches, Inspired Method Marketing. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, maybe make us a comment. We love to respond. I'm actually really, really good about that.
Yeah. Send chocolate.
And we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.